I think it was easy for us, especially because we started with menstrual cups. It was easy for us because we started from Kerala.
Why FemiSpace?
I'm an accidental entrepreneur. If you take Google Trends, the most number of searches for menstrual cups come from the state of Kerala. The people of Kerala adopt new products easily.
Yeah.
Previously, how it was like, brands are associated with a brand ambassador. But nowadays, brands, even if the brands have a brand ambassador, it's very important for people to be able to associate the founder with the brand.
Exactly. You mentioned about the awards, right? I did watch a reel where Mammootty sir is talking about menstrual cup. I was really surprised to see that.
Everywhere he mentions Noureen Aysha, Noureen Aysha, Noureen Aysha. It's like a goosebumps moment.
Golden moment.
One was this, of course, can I pee or poop when I wear a menstrual cup?
Right.
And there were a couple of people who did not know that they menstruate or bleed from a different hole.
When it comes to menstrual cup, what is the life?
You spend just maybe 2,000 rupees in your entire lifetime. So you use 3 or 4 menstrual cups in your entire lifetime. You spend only 2,000 bucks. A lot of women are not talking about this, thinking about the men in the family. One of us has to, be the outlier and break the chain.
Hello guys, today we have a very strong and bold voice from the entrepreneur space from Kerala. And welcome Noureen Aysha to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome Noureen to our Brandro podcast.
Thank you.
So what's up? How are you doing?
All good. I like the weather. It's very cozy.
Cozy. I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me come straight to the point. Why FemiSpace?
Okay. Good question. Honestly, it's like when somebody asks me, why FemiSafe or why did I become an entrepreneur? I'm an accidental entrepreneur. I never intended to be somebody who does a business. I just wanted to climb the corporate ladder, just like any other graduate. But life had other plans. So in 2020, peak COVID, I was engaged, and me and my then fiance, my now husband / co-founder. So we were just having random chit chats, and I was just talking to him about the COVID scenario, the waste disposal, and everything. And then I just happened to tell him that we have these Kudumbashri Chechis who come to pick up the waste, but then they come just once a week because of the current scenario. And the thing is that they have to put their hands inside the sanitary pad waste pile and pick it up with their bare hands. So he was like, hey, you've been using menstrual cups for so many years, you speak so highly about it, why don't other women use it? What's stopping them? I said, I don't know, maybe they're scared or whatever. So he said, how about we just ask a couple of people what's actually stopping them? And I'm somebody who is very, very interested in this space. I love talking about periods. I love talking about female health because I believe this is not something that has to be, tabooed or shushed.
Exactly.
So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we spoke to a couple of friends and family. We asked them do you know about this product? They said, yeah, they've heard in a couple of vlogs and, YouTube videos. So we asked, do you know any brand that sells these? So no, we're not aware of any brands, but we've just heard. And then when we asked why you're not using it, they're like, we don't know much about it because it's a new product. There's no information, so we don't want to risk.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to take any risk. So what we identified was that people knew about this product, but there was a lack of awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like, how about we do something to bridge this a gap of lack of awareness. So that's how we started FemiSafe, with the vision that we're going to make a woman's life easy, we'll be a woman's best friend, make a woman's life convenient, and then selling products, we're going to probably give them the awareness and let them make informed choices.
Right.
So that's how we started FemiSafe. We started with one product, and now we are at we have around 15 products across 3 different categories. Yeah.
Right. That's an awesome journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I listen to the entire journey, one quick question that comes to my mind is that how is the competition looking in this space exactly? Like, I've heard about a couple of other brands which are doing really well. So, but I haven't heard about anyone from Kerala, products rooted in our own ground. So I think that might bring a different perspective or different light to the space entirely. So how do you?
Yeah, so when you compare this category, female wellness and hygiene, with skincare, of course, the competition is like very, very less.
Right.
But when we go back to 2020 and now, there are a lot of players in the space. And competition is competition, of course, but we see it as something that will increase the awareness for this entire, sector or industry. Higher awareness means, we'll have potential VCs or investors coming in. That's one thing. Second thing is, more the awareness, more brands, the customers will also be like, okay, this is actually a, category.
Right.
Because when we started in 2020, hardly people knew about this category. There were, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 players.
Yeah.
And even the 2 or 3 players were like, were taking it very slow, very, very subtle. But right now it's like everybody is very vocal about it.
Right.
So, as I said, like, the competition is really good because all the founders, we know each other. We, we are quite, we are acquainted quite well. And we help each other if anything comes up. And we also see it as, bigger the pie, we all get a bigger piece of it.
Right.
So that's how we look at it. And I feel everybody has their own space, no matter how hard the competition is, because India is a country with so much population. So,
Right.
1 or 2 brands are not enough to cater to
The entire
the
population.
entire population.
Yeah. So it's, we can say it's like a healthy competition.
Yes, it's a healthy competition. Yeah.
Right. So when we actually talk about women related products, menstruation related products, what was the first or major challenges that you faced, like when you launched the brand?
It was lack of awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah, because one was lack of awareness, and the other was for a brand to bring brand awareness, it's really, really important that you openly talk about it.
Right.
So we were quite confused, like, when we openly talk about it, will the audience or the customers, boycott or cancel us because we're going to talk about something that's very, very personal to most people.
Right.
So lack of awareness was a biggest challenge, and because of that, there was this, stigmas and, all these taboos associated with this.
Right.
So that was also a very big problem for us. And actually, the problem existed only with one product for us, which is menstrual cup.
Cups. Yeah.
All the other products were like, not much of a problematic one.
Okay.
And we had to work really hard to tell people that, the menstrual cups are, it will not make you lose your virginity. You can use it whenever you want,
Right.
when you're on your period. It has no side effects. But because India is a very strongly patriarchally rooted country, a lot of them were like, oh no, my parents are like, don't use it before marriage. And, so it did take us a lot of effort to make people understand that, this is your biology, this is your anatomy, because half of the people did not even know their anatomy.
Right.
That was quite shocking to me, because we had, in the early days, we had a couple of customers, and I was dealing the customer support directly.
Okay.
So we had a couple of customers who were coming and asking, I want to use menstrual cup, so can you please help me? I'm like, sure, of course. So they're like, where do we insert this? So I said, you insert it into your vagina. And then the next question would be, if I insert it in my vagina, how am I going to pee?
Right.
So that kind of gave me, I'm like, okay, so basically they do not know that we have 3 different holes down
Exactly. Yeah.
there. And that, you pee from one hole, you menstruate from other hole. And the most shocking part was that these people were people who had given birth already.
Right.
So that was like, I was like, oh my God. The gap in that, lack of awareness is so much.
Right.
Because these are people who've given birth, who had sexual intercourse, but still not know that,
they're not aware of their own body.
Yeah, they're not aware of their own body. Because I think usually in the Indian culture, it's like, exploring your body is seen as something, that's
a sin.
Yeah, a sin.
Yeah.
Or something like, you're termed a lot of words, when you do like those things. So I think that was a huge challenge. It took us like 2 to 3 years to get a hold of it, and keep telling people that, this is this, you don't have to worry about it, this is your body, this is how you insert. So yeah, that was the biggest challenge, to bring that brand recognition, especially for menstrual cups.
Like,
But
yeah.
other products were like very easy, like the face razors, panty liners, acne patches. Those were like, because those were all like kind of a lifestyle product.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was
So that
much easier.
they were okay.
Yeah, they were okay with it. Yeah.
Right. So when we actually look at the the competitive brands, I think you might have had the most difficulty in terms of getting to your right audience because we are from Kerala and we have to get to our own people first, and there's a lot of taboos and traditions attached to this entire thing. So how did you break that within your own community or system?
Um, so I think, like, the reality is a little different.
Mm.
I think it was easy for us,
Mm-hmm.
especially because we started with menstrual cups. It was easy for us because we started from Kerala. So if you
Okay.
take Google Trends, the most number of searches for menstrual cups come from the state of Kerala.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think because we started off in Kerala, we started off focusing in Kerala.
Mm-hmm.
Menstrual cups actually took off.
Right.
And even our competitors, over the past maybe 2 or 3 years, they've started focusing more in Kerala
Kerala, right.
because they've understood that the market is better here.
Mm-hmm.
In general,
Right.
even for beauty products, the market research says that the people of Kerala adopt new products easily.
Easily, yeah.
So, Purple,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Nykaa's competitor. So, their largest market is Kerala.
Kerala. Wow.
Yeah, and they've opened a couple of stores also over here.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. I don't think if we would have started off with menstrual cups anywhere outside Kerala, we would have got this acceptance.
Right.
But for other products, of course, it's like, same
Same
everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. But menstrual cups, the adoption is more in Kerala.
Right.
So I don't know if it was the right timing or the right decision, but yeah, that kind of really helped us.
Did work out well.
Yeah, it did work out well. Yeah.
So so I'm going to ask this, like, I think this is the one that I was really curious about. What is the craziest question that you've ever encountered when you were taking classes or giving awareness about menstrual cups?
So for me, it's crazy, but probably for the people who are asking, it might not be crazy because it was a genuine doubt. So one was this, of course, like, can I pee or poop
Right.
when I wear a menstrual cup?
Right.
And there were a couple of people who did not know that they menstruate or bleed from a different hole. And these were people who were married, who had kids.
Right.
So that's one thing. Then another couple of questions were like, will your vagina expand if you use a menstrual cup for like 7 days straight? Then I think another one was, will your menstrual cup get lost inside? So I tell them, no, it's not a Bermuda Triangle. Don't worry, you're not going to lose your menstrual cup. Then I think, yeah, I think these were the crazy questions. Like, can we pee or poop?
Right.
That was the most that's something I found very crazy because it shows how people do not know about well about their bodies.
Exactly.
Yeah, the other questions are like very genuine. Will it get lost because you don't know? We haven't
Yeah, because
seen
it's like an entirely alien product.
Exactly,
essentially.
yeah. And we haven't seen the inside of a vagina, so we don't know how it looks.
Yeah.
All we know is the diagram that we learned in school.
Yeah.
So those questions are genuine, but the question like, can I pee or poop is like, it's like, yeah.
How do you generally react to such situations?
So I ask them more questions. I'm like, do you know that you have 3 holes down there? They're like, no, we had just 2. So I'm like, no, you have 3 holes down there. Like the anus is like, from where you pass your stool, then you have your vaginal opening, and then you have your urethra. That's where you pass your urine. I'm like, oh, okay. So for some people, it's like really like a brand new information.
New information.
Yeah. But then cannot blame them. It could probably be because of the background they're coming from, their environment, the exposure they have. So yeah.
Not their fault.
Yeah, not their fault. So what we try to do is we try to talk about all these things on a social media page.
Right.
So that this information passes to a lot of people. Nobody is going to come and directly ask us like, can you put a content on these, because I know a lot of people who don't know this. So like we understand that and we put contents revolving around a lot of sensitive topics.
Right.
Yeah. Initially we were skeptic, like, will this be accepted? But it's like we realized that this is what people actually want.
Yeah.
Talking about something that's not talked much about. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, social media has played a very important role in
Yes.
getting the message out there, right?
Yeah.
So, I did check out your profile, and there are a lot of like contents there, right? So now we have the situation where every entrepreneur, every business has to be a content creator.
Yeah.
How is that working out for you?
Oh, it was very difficult because I can post for photographs, I can post for selfies, like how much ever you want. But coming for videos was something that was something that I did out of my comfort zone. So how it started was like we had a social media, we had a marketing agency who was
Okay.
actually handling us, not a social media, but all our advertisements and stuff. So they were like, we got to do founder contents. So I was like, okay, you mean me holding a product and clicking a photograph? They're like, no, we
No.
want, yeah, they're like, no, we want you to come in front of the camera, talk about your product. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's something I can do because I have a lot of, I had a lot of insecurities, like, I like my this profile, not this profile, and all those things. But then they're like, no, let's just take one and,
Okay.
let's just see. So I was like, I pulled in Nasif also, and he's like super, super awkward in front of camera.
Okay.
So we did a couple of, small UGC ads, and I think one or two out of it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Then they were like, just be you. And it started with menstrual cups. So I am a menstrual educator, so I
Right.
take menstrual awareness sessions. So for me, that was quite organic.
Mm-hmm.
But then later, my team was like, we have to shoot more. Like you wearing a
That's
cup,
good.
jumping into the pool, and it started from here, and then it
Yeah, it
went.
took off.
Yeah, it took off. So they're like, that's a working good. I said, I understand that, founder front brand is what we need right now, but can't we just
Right.
hire models to do
Yeah.
this? They were like, we can, but when a founder speaks about it, especially when you go and take sessions so people know your face.
Yeah. And it's
And
more personal.
yeah, so
Yeah.
initially it just started with me sitting on a couch and talking about cups. Later, it went to an extent wherein I had to wear the cup, jump into the pool. It's like in this Malayalam movie, say, Nadi kolathileku chadunu,
Camera in
yeah,
Chandra.
camera in chadunu. So it was like that, jumping into the pool and then, swimming and then, telling dialogues.
Yeah.
But then now I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
So even when I go for, like, when I travel, my team is like, so we have a couple of, videos that we would want when you're
Right.
traveling. So let's just shoot. So I think it's just about getting comfortable
In front of the
in
camera.
front of the camera and doing it.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important.
Very
It's like
important.
very, very important because previously how it was like, brands are associated with a brand ambassador.
Right.
Right. But nowadays, brands, even if the brands have a brand ambassador, it's very important for people to be able to associate the founder with the brand.
Exactly.
So they feel like, there's a real, genuine person behind this brand.
Yeah.
So I think that's the go-to game. And even on my social media profile, they're like, just keep putting content, whatever you can relate to. Talk about. I used to, talk about periods and all these things, but it was just stories.
Yeah,
know.
right.
I used to just type and then, just put it, not
Okay.
me, putting a
Talking
camera and
directly,
talking.
yeah.
But I think over the period of time, I started getting comfortable. And I think it's especially when people validate the effort that you put.
Yeah,
They're like,
absolutely.
they're like,
Feedback is
yeah,
something that-
feedback works. I mean, I think in the early days, if I would have got a feedback saying that, videos are not good, it's better you don't come, probably I might have not come.
Yeah.
But when you get feedback, you're like, okay, fine. It just keeps pushing you to do, better. So, but I think it's very, very important. At least if there are two founders, at least one founder being the face of the brand is really important. Very, very important.
So at any point of time, does this content creation part becomes a pressure for the entrepreneur? Because I know a lot of business owners who feels like, since it's not their, forte, they feel like, too much pressurized to do content, be in front of the camera. And this has become an inevitable part. So how do you actually look at it?
So sometimes, yeah, especially it's like your plate is too full and then your team comes and like, we have like 2 videos to shoot. I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of something. And they're like, no, we need this video to go up. We don't have any more videos. Sometimes, yes, but the content that comes out organically, it's not a pressure.
Right.
So like I had traveled to Malaysia a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just putting the stories right now. So that does not feel like a pressure because it's very organic. It's on my own terms. And sometimes even when I put reels on my profile, it's like there's no pressure, as in there's no deadline. But sometimes, yes. Otherwise, like sometimes my team is like, we need to plan a shoot, and sometimes we have to go stay and then shoot. So I feel like my entire routine is being disrupted.
Right.
So yeah, but then when the video comes out good, then it feels like okay, it was worth
Worth it.
yeah, it was worth it. But yeah, I think everything comes at a cost. So and pressure is inevitable.
Right.
So I think the only way how we can, play around with pressure is that you use it to do better, than beating up yourself for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I even tell my team that, like now what I do is I tell them that you tell me way before if you have any videos to shoot so that I can plan. So I am somebody who needs to plan everything in advance.
Okay.
Like I do not like impromptu things.
Right.
I just don't. Like, I mean, if somebody calls me out for a coffee impromptu and all, it's fine. But other than that, I need everything to be planned.
Work has to be planned.
Yeah, everything has to be planned. It's like probably what I'm going to wear tomorrow, or
Wow.
what am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for lunch? Everything, like
Has to
every
be
single
planned
thing
in
has to be planned. So anything. So when I'm working, when my teammates come and tell me like, we have one video to shoot, I'm like, you should have been telling this to me like at least 2 days before. Like,
Right. So the pressure is on them.
Yeah, now the pressure is on them. So now they're like, oh my God, we have to tell her to shoot this video. So if we have to shoot day after tomorrow, we have to tell her today.
Yeah.
It's like now I've slowly, put the pressure on them.
Right.
So yeah, it's like now it's balanced. Yeah.
Right. So being the co-founder of FemiSafe, how is the husband and wife dynamics working out with the co-founders though?
I think over the years we've got a hack of it.
Right.
Yeah, but initially it was like so we got engaged and we were supposed to get married in 2020 April. It got postponed because of COVID.
Right.
And that's like, from April to it became to June. So April to June, we were, like kind of working on our startup and everything. Then we got married. We came to Cochin. In a month or two, we started FemiSafe. Initially, since when we were working from home, it was much easy.
Right.
But slowly, like, 6 months down the line, we transitioned to an office. We, build a team. So sometimes what happens is it's very difficult for couples to differentiate between, the professional time that you spend and the personal time that you spend. But I think over the years, we've kind of realized that you cannot do it all. So it's like in the departments that Naseef handles, he tries to do it all. And in the department that I handle, I try to do it all.
Right.
It was very difficult for us to, let go of some things. But now we've learned it's very important to, build a team.
Right.
Delegate stuff to them so we have some space for ourselves. Because over the years, what happens is as founders, your core job should be decision making.
Right.
So if you do a lot of things, you will not be able to make decisions. So one thing is that there is no, work-life balance.
Right.
I don't think it's possible anywhere, like anywhere. You can only integrate both. That's the best thing that you can do. So that's how we do now.
Right.
We've learned to integrate, the work-life balance. But still sometimes like work does come in between. But I think we are able to manage it much better. Another so this is the con basically. Sometimes like it's the line is very blurry.
Right.
It's not even a line; it's just a dot. Probably.
Even if we have set the boundary, sometimes it just gets
because as a founder, your company demands your time.
Exactly.
You cannot, unlike 9 to 5, employees, you cannot say that okay, it's past 5. I'm not going to look back at it. It's like having a baby.
Right. Exactly.
So the nannies will the nannies will be there for some time, and once they leave, they're like, I'm not going to take care of the baby anymore because my shift is over.
Right.
But that does not happen with parents.
Parents, yeah.
So it's the same thing with the startup. But over the period of time, you learn how to, balance everything or integrate things. But I think another advantage of having your partner as a founder is that, the kind of criticism that we give to each other is taken in a very constructive way.
Right.
So I don't think if it was a friend or, your parents or your sibling, it might, end in a wrong foot.
Okay.
But when it's with your partner, it's like you can actually openly criticize,
Right.
and the feedbacks that you give each other is not taken in a very offensive way. So that's that's a pro actually.
Right.
It's nice to work with your partner, actually. And sometimes what happens is when we have work trips, we finish our work and then we add like 2 or 3 more days, and it's like work plus leisure.
Oh, right.
So that's what we've started doing
Okay.
now. So
That's a nice way to turn it around,
yeah,
right?
so we have when we have a couple of meetings in Delhi, like we have like 3 or 4 days meeting, and then like the remaining days, like we take 2 or 3 more days extra, and we just try to travel any places
In and
nearby.
around, yeah.
So yeah, so I think it's nice actually. Once you get a like hold
hack
on,
of it,
yeah,
yeah.
hack of it, it's nice. But then again, I think every relationship or partnership has its own ups and downs,
Yeah,
the pros
definitely.
and cons. So
Yes.
there are pros and cons, but at the end of the day, building something together, it's really nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So how does your day look like? Like, for both of you?
So I think maybe half of our day is more than half of our day is like related to work.
Okay.
So we wake up in the morning. I prefer to have a slow morning. I don't like to rush into things, but he's the straight opposite.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So that there
yeah.
itself is.
So I want my morning to be so peaceful. So we have a cook who comes, to cook for us. So like in the morning, I don't even like the sound of cooking because in the whistle, the cooker's whistle and everything, it kind of
lot of rush and
yeah, it's like my cortisol level just go up. So I want a very slow morning.
Right.
So I wake up. And one thing I do is that I don't pressure myself into waking up at a specific time.
Okay.
So for me, 8 hours sleep is very, very important. So there are days when we sleep at 2 a.m. So I wake up in the morning accordingly.
Right.
There are days when we sleep at like 10 p.m. I wake up in the morning accordingly. So that's something I've stopped, pressurizing myself in like, this whole morning routine of, wake up at 5 a.m., do the morning meditation, look at the sun. No, I'm not going to pressure myself. It's like if I wake up at 8 a.m., I'll get up, I'll look at the sun, I'll take some vitamin D and then continue my day.
Right.
So that's how I do. So we wake up, we have breakfast, then we get ready for the office, we come to the office. So the first half is usually like, very focused work.
Okay.
So it would probably involve, kind of very important strategic meetings, problem solvings, of course, because the moment you enter the office, like you have your teammates coming from all the sides, like, we have this problem, that problem. So that happens, and anything very focused work.
Right.
The second half is probably for meetings, which requires less focus, probably maybe an onboarding meeting or, any company introducing themselves, all those things. And then maybe a little bit of content shooting.
Right.
So by 6:30, we wrap up our day, go back home. And again, once I go back, I need like 1 or 2 hours to myself, to
Relax.
to just relax. So we have 2 pets, we have 2 cats. So we, spend our time with them.
Yeah.
Have dinner, maybe probably go out, read a little, and then go to sleep. And then next morning. Yeah.
How is your family in this entire equation? Where are they standing? How was the reaction to your, products and everything at first?
So honestly, our parents did not know about FemiSafe, I think, until a couple of months. So we got married and they were thinking, oh, it's COVID. So, everybody's working from home. So that's what they were thinking. They did not know that, we had left our jobs and we started FemiSafe. So we moved to Kochi. And one day when my parents came over to visit me, so like we have a 3-bedroom apartment. So in one bedroom, all our like, products, the inventory was stored. So they were like, what are these things? So they were like, we've never seen these things here before. What are these? So like, oh, so that's our products,
I'm an entrepreneur now.
Yeah.
Surprise.
So they were like, really? We were like, yeah. I mean, they knew that we were planning for something because during COVID, every day, me and Nasif, we would wake up in the morning and like we used to finish our morning routine. And then at 10 a.m., we used to sit for, planning. So they knew that something was cooking. But I think they must have probably thought that we're just discussing about what we're going to wear for the wedding and, what our wedding menu, but that was not the thing. So unlike other couples, we were actually planning about our startup.
Right.
And they were like kind of shocked. They're like, you guys really left your job. So they were concerned, I would say.
Obviously.
Yeah, because 2 young people just got married, they left their jobs and they're doing something. So like, they were supportive, but they were concerned for us, like how is it going to go? Will it take off? All those.
Yeah.
Because according to them, what they've seen is, businesses like, we know that some businesses fail, but they were like, business, what's the profit that you're getting. Their mind was like revolving around that. Initially, you'll not get any profit, you'll have to, live on others' money and all those things. So they were quite concerned, but they were very supportive. And in fact, my mom was one of our first customers. And then, like she started using menstrual cups, and she was marketing to all her friends.
Right.
So they are very supportive. And with respect to business, my dad was one of our first investors.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we started, and then how we were doing it was like we used to buy our products from credit card. So Naseef had a couple of credit cards because he was working in the IT industry. So he had a couple of them. So we used to swipe the credit card, buy the products, and then, once we sell the products, we pay back the money.
Okay.
So that cycle went on going. But then when we launched more products, we required more money to procure the products. And so in startups, we usually say that the first round of funds are given by 3 Fs. So basically, it's friends, family, or fools.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we say. So we went to a family, and my dad was like, okay, sure, he'll invest. And we gave him a small percentage of stake. Like, everything is very documented. So they're still very supportive. And, if any article comes up, any like awards or anything of that sort, my mom and dad, like, they share almost everywhere, Same thing with Naseef's parents also. They're very supportive.
Okay.
They don't involve too much in our business, or they don't bother anything much about it, but they just sometimes out of concern, like, how's everything going? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, otherwise we are on our own. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned about the awards, right? I did watch a reel where Mammootty sir is talking about menstrual cup. That really hit me. I was really surprised to see that. I mean, did you expect him to like give up that kind of a description?
No. So we usually see celebs. They call you on the stage, they give you the award, and that's it. They do not. So what I saw was that, like, Mamuka was actually speaking about each and every person who won the award,
Yeah.
And I won the award for social entrepreneur,
Right.
For creating an impact. And he was like talking so much in depth about it.
Exactly.
He was like, these menstrual cups, it's for women. Like, a lot of people don't talk about it, but these two people, they launched a brand, and like, I don't like goosebumps, I'm like, is this for real? Because, getting to see Mamuka is a huge thing,
Exactly.
Getting an award from him talking about, you, it's like, I think I have a couple of videos. I always think of, I want to put it as a reel, because I think that was in 2023. So back then I had very less followers. So like now I'm like, I have more followers. I want to put that video where everywhere he like mentions Noureen Aysha, Noureen Aysha, Noureen Aysha. It's like a goosebumps moment.
Golden
like,
moments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if people think that, why is she like showing off? Like, I don't care. I'm going to show that off.
You have to show off.
Yeah, I'm going to show that off. Like, I had the privilege to get an award from him. Like, I'm going to show that privilege off.
Exactly.
So he kept on telling the name multiple times. He told the whole story. So he was very well aware, to whom, who were the recipients of the award. Like, I had a couple of other people also with me who received, in different categories.
Okay.
He spoke about everybody. Like literally everybody. So as I said, usually people just come, give the award and go. They don't speak so much. So yeah, and like that moment was like, it's like still, it's like I have framed that photo,
Forever.
Yeah, it's forever, because it's once in a lifetime moment.
Yeah.
Unless you are somebody who's into movies and acting, like you can meet these people quite frequently. But getting an award from, like personalities like him are like, it's great. It's a different feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what really hit me was that, I was like listening to him talk about menstrual cup, and I felt like, he was really fascinated by the idea.
Yes.
He was really like, wow, this is huge. This is something really nice.
Yeah, because like when we were nominated for the awards, they had told that, like Mamuka will go through each of the recipients and all those things. So I thought, okay, he might just go because very busy person, I mean, he's not going to have that much time. But later, one of the coordinator told me that he actually learned about each of the recipients, how they started, what they're doing, and like everything. And that's exactly that reflected in his speech.
Exactly.
He was like, this product, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's a really good one. We have so much sanitary waste disposal issues and all that. So it's like he learned everything, and he's come. He did like a really good homework before coming and giving the award.
Yeah. And a person like him, with his kind of persona, to actually talk about a taboo topic is
Yeah.
something really huge for the brand,
Yes, it
right?
is. It is. It
And
is. It
for
is.
the entire community itself.
Yes, yes. It's
So,
because a lot of people look up to him,
yeah,
you know, and these words coming out from a personality like him who has a lot of fan following is like, it's great. It can inspire a lot of people. Yeah.
exactly. That's a really great moment to
Yes, it is.
witness.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So if FemiSafe is going to have an ambassador from anywhere, like as in from the past, present, any celebrity or any other personality, who would you really go for?
Uh, so so we would want somebody like, since ours is not a beauty product, we would want somebody who embodies that empowerment kind of strength,
Right.
that character. So we want somebody like, who is the epitome of empowerment and, who is very bold, vocal. I don't know who exactly. We haven't thought like, this is the person we want.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, this is what we're looking at, somebody who's strong, who's bold, who's assertive.
Right.
But at the same time, very feminine because
Right.
it's a female wellness product, right? So, if it was some energy drink or something, you could have somebody with a woman with a lot of muscles or
Yeah.
whatever. But here we
Athletic.
want somebody athletic. So here we would want somebody who's bold, plus in her feminine energy. Yeah. So haven't thought of anybody as such, uh, but I don't know. Like I have nobody in my mind as of now.
Right.
But let's see. But the other thing is that most of the celebs are launching their own brand.
Right.
And I'm not really sure if you're going to get any celeb to endorse your brand because every single celebrity has their own
It
brand.
has become a trend now.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
has their own.
Everybody. So Sania Malhotra launched her matcha brand.
Right.
Yeah, and Samantha is already, a co-founder in a skin wellness,
Wellness.
brand
Okay.
called, I forgot the brand name, but yeah. So there's a thing. So me and Nasib were like, if all these celebrities start, their own brand, who are we going to hire as brand ambassador?
Yeah, that's going to be a crisis. Then we'll have to be the face and the ambassador.
Exactly. So I think maybe somebody already thought about this and they said, founders have to be the face of the brand. Yeah, could be.
The next celebrities.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think like when you talk about some taboo stereotype topics like this, we really need to have. It's important that we become inclusive also.
Yeah.
Like to include men in this conversation.
Yes.
Is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So I want to know how is that strategized as of now for you in the brand and in the marketing as well.
Yeah. So, with respect to social media, we of course focus on women because we want more women followers,
Right.
than men. But we do a lot of offline activities,
Okay.
like menstrual awareness sessions, and we collaborate with a lot of schools, colleges. So when I go and take the session, I demand that I need 50% of the people to be men.
Men, right.
So a lot of colleges are like, no, but this is for women. It's a topic on menstrual awareness. Why should we have men? I'm like, because this information can propagate through men. You know,
Right.
a lot of women are not talking about this, thinking about the men in the family.
Exactly.
So when I speak to a couple of people, I ask them like, you speak about periods at home? They're like, no, I have my brother and my dad. They might be uncomfortable. But on the other hand, when I speak to men, they are like, we don't talk about it because we don't want to make women in our family uncomfortable. So it's like,
Mutual.
Yeah, it's very mutual. So I say that I need 50% of people in the audience to be men. Maybe they might find it disgusting when they hear me talk about it, but they need to learn or they need to understand that this is normal.
Right.
They feel it's normal, and that feeling, I think, passes on, propagates to women, feeling that, okay, the man in my family feels that it's okay to talk about it. So then I can talk about it. So it's like very mutual.
Right.
In some houses, like I have seen the grandparents or the grandmothers telling, don't talk about it, your dad is here. So somewhere
we still
yeah. So
say the
somewhere I
same.
feel women are the flag bearers of continuing this whole topic to be
Right.
to be stigmatized or taboo. So I think it's effort from both the sides,
Right.
right? One of us has to be the outlier and break the chain.
Right.
And my family or at my home, I'm a single child, and I think to some extent my dad was uncomfortable to talk about it, especially when I got my first period. But I think, like, somebody has to talk about it.
Exactly.
So now I openly talk about it. I started talking about it openly. My mom started talking about it openly, and he's fine with it. He's like totally okay.
Right.
So even now at Naseef's house also, it's like they are like 4 siblings, 2 girls and 2 boys, and his mom and dad. So now there everybody talks openly about periods.
Right.
It's like we don't say, I'm just having a stomach ache. We say like, I'm having period cramps.
Right.
So that's the tiny changes that we can, we could probably make. And in my session, I also include an anatomy of the female.
Okay.
To show them how many holes we have. So I used not do this before. I started doing it after I
Getting
understood.
all the questions?
Yeah, getting all the questions after I understood that, what they do not know. So I give a disclaimer that before I start my sessions, it's going to be a safe space. Nobody's going to judge you. You ask anything,
Right.
You ask anything you want. And I also tell that there are going to be some diagrams. You should not be disgusted by it because that's a part of your body. And I think now it's getting more normalized. So we conduct these events in colleges, they put up reel and, everybody, it's like humans have this herd mentality, right? Why do we follow trends? 10 people do it, so the remaining 100 want to do it. They want to fit in. So it's the same thing in this case.
Right.
Like 10 people start talking about it, the remaining will automatically feel like, okay, this is normal, let's talk about it.
Right.
So yeah.
So I think one major concern that people would raise would be like I'm sure there are still people out there who want to know this. Like, if it's like a sanitary napkin, we know the time period, how long should we use it, how to dispose it, and stuff like that. So when it comes to menstrual cup, what is the life?
So you can use one menstrual cup. So what we say, like, the standard is that 5 to 8 years,
Okay.
one menstrual cup.
Which is like a pretty
Yeah.
good time.
I mean, a pretty good time. You spend just like maybe 2,000 rupees in your entire lifetime. So you use like 3 or 4 menstrual cups in your entire lifetime. You spend only 2,000 bucks.
Right.
But on the other hand, if you're using sanitary pads, you spend around 75,000 to 1 lakh in
Okay.
your entire lifetime. So it's like 5 to 8 years. Now this is subjective. So some people have really strong, very concentrated blood and discharges, which can stain the cup.
Okay.
In these cases, if you want, you can change the menstrual cup every 2 years or 3 years. Still affordable.
Okay.
Yeah. So ideally, it's 5 to 8 years. But some people, they lose their cup, the cup goes missing, like maybe somewhere they misplace it,
Yeah.
or it gets stained, they want to change. No problem. Still affordable.
Right.
So 5 to 8 years is what is ideal.
Right. So, do we actually need to consult somebody regarding, like, maybe people will not be aware of, the time gone, or they'll be confused at a point of time. So, is there a need to consult somebody at that point of time, whether to, make a decision regarding?
I don't think, because it's your decision. So actually, most of the people, that what we've seen is where that the point where they buy a new menstrual cup is when they feel that the cup is too stained.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's basically like you wear a top, you wear it for like 5-6 years, and then you feel like it's faded, you buy a new one.
Right. So you will know.
Yeah, you will know,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
So that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm very curious about this question because most business owners wouldn't want to face this one question. But how is the market looking like for you from the beginning till date? If you have to like give a particular scale or range regarding your scalability and the future of it, because that would be really helpful for the future entrepreneurs who are looking to explore this particular space.
So honestly, market looks very positive. So when we started off, as I said, we started with just one product, right? And back then we had the vision of making FemiSafe a woman's best friend, a brand that is like, one-stop shop. And over the years, it's like the trend is changing, there are new products coming up in the market, and it's like the opportunity is like huge, because it's female wellness and hygiene, both. So when you look into the wellness category or the wellness sector, there's like, it's huge. It's like really huge. There are a lot of products that you can actually launch. So as a brand, like we have like around 20 products that is already lined up to launch. Our plan is like launching at least 3 products every single month.
Every month?
Yeah, every month.
Okay.
I mean, that can change because depending upon the, manufacturer, the availability of raw material, it can go up or down. But that's what we're looking at, In fact, we have one launch that's happening today We
Right.
had another launch that was like done maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. As I was saying, like, the market is huge, especially if you are a brand that's going to focus into wellness.
Right.
Because now everybody's into this holistic wellness, and their routine has changed. People are actually focusing more on their health, not just like focusing on health initially, like, in olden days it used to be like going to a doctor, doing a blood test. No, but this is like incorporating wellness into your daily life.
Right.
So now there's this ingredient magnesium, and that's like an ingredient that everybody's like raving about right now.
Right.
So it's honestly not a new ingredient,
But it's all over the internet now.
yeah.
Suddenly
And
it has become a sensation.
yes, and what I believe is that probably this ingredient was just maybe suppressed because of the big pharma dudes.
Right.
That's what I believe. Because I'm somebody who's using magnesium, and it has changed so many things for me. So magnesium is a mineral that's the most in our body,
Right.
and it depletes on a daily basis, especially when we get stressed out, when we get worked up. It depletes from our the surface of the skin, and it's important for us to replenish it.
Right.
There are a lot of tablets in the market, but I don't really think tablets work. Rather, you have to apply it topically.
Okay.
It helps relax your muscles, ease your cramps, give you a really good night's sleep. So there's this, tradition that we've been following, that you have muscle pain, you have any kind of, you feel tired, take a bath with Epsom salt,
Right.
which is magnesium sulfate,
Right.
So the launch that I told you about is actually a cramp roll-on that we're going to launch today.
Okay.
A cramp roll-on that actually works.
Right.
There are a lot of cramp relief products in the market, but honestly, I don't think any of them actually work. Ours, I can guarantee it will work because it
Right.
has magnesium in it, so it eases your cramps.
Okay.
So we have a couple of ideas in our mind, with respect to magnesium, because again, it's wellness. It helps with, it aligns perfectly with our, period, that whole, narrative.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay. So
That's
it might be a solution to a lot of problems around menstruation.
Exactly,
Right.
a lot
Okay.
of problems. Then we had launched period energizer. So that's basically it's like an effervescent tablet.
Okay.
You just drop it in a glass of water and you drink it. So it's for the women who are in the workforce.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to be at a productive high,
Right.
but during our periods, like, we're very tired, there's a lot of lethargy and all these things. So what we usually do is we drink hot water, we try to eat chocolates. When we go back home, we put the we try lemonade with salt and stuff, but it's not practical when you're at work.
Exactly.
So this period energizer actually has magnesium. Again, it replenishes magnesium, eases your cramps, potassium, calcium, iron, and it's sugar free, but
Wow.
orange flavored, and it has
Okay.
ginger, which is anti-inflammatory. You just drink it, within 15 minutes you feel energized,
Right.
which helps you get through the day. So these are all wellness products, and wellness products, it's like, there's a lot of scope. And talking about FemiSafe, what we are looking at is, probably in the next 3 to 4 years, achieve an annual revenue of 500 CR.
Wow.
And then I mean, don't know what the future holds. Probably maybe take an exit and and M&A, or go for IPO. But I mean, that's still, I mean, either of these work for us, but it's still, we're not sure which path
Right.
we're gonna take.
Still figuring out.
Yeah, still figuring out, because I feel like it's a long way to go.
Right.
And yeah, so let's see what future holds. But as of now, this is what we are, planning to do with our brand. And one thing for the potential entrepreneurs, who the inspiring entrepreneurs who are planning to do something in wellness, the scope is huge. Because a lot of times we follow the trends from the West.
Right.
Right? So this holistic wellness was actually something that's rooted in our country, but it started in the West. Now everybody's like, there are a lot of these biohackers, who like do not take supplements, but rather try to take very raw, organic, food, which has the minerals and all the proteins that you need.
Right.
But sometimes, I mean,
Is that how the seaweed and entire stuff came?
Yes, but I think so. This is my perspective.
Right.
But I think, like, the seaweed and everything, you can do it if you're having a very slow life, if you're living on an island in Bali, if you're a freelancer, it works.
Right.
But if you're somebody who has to, like, just grab a, bread and toast, coffee in one hand and then walk out, it's not practical.
Right.
So, I mean, for any, anybody who's looking to be an entrepreneur in this wellness, you can make these products in a more convenient format.
Right.
So I think that's a way to go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I think to look into it as a future, prospect is also very assuring as well.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
so I think I see you and FemiSafe in that particular really scalable place in the future, because the vision is pretty much clear and there's a very huge market in front of you. So before we wind up, I really want to ask this one question, which is being the women entrepreneur, right? I know the answer to this to some extent, but I really want to hear from you. Are you still being looked at with an awe because you're a woman entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Yes? We still have that?
Yeah. So Naseef always tells, okay, he's like, there are all these awards for women entrepreneurs. There are all these awards for, there are all these schemes for women entrepreneur, but why don't we men have? I'm like, see, I think at this point of time right now, we don't need any of those reservations that we have, right? But on the other hand, I know a lot of women who are from the, tier 3, tier 4 cities, for whom this really means a lot because it gives them the push.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think women have tried really hard to break, the glass ceiling, to shatter the glass ceiling.
Right.
And all these schemes or, like, a woman entrepreneur kind of gives them a push, that they're being looked upon. So in one way it's good, but sometimes, like sometimes people are like, oh, woman entrepreneur, like, why not just entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Why not just entrepreneur? I think when you reach like one stage in your entrepreneurship as a woman, all these things might seem, like, why all these things, why these privileges? But for people who are less privileged than you, it really matters to them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you ask me at this point of time, like, I don't want anybody to call me a woman entrepreneur. I'm just an entrepreneur, right? I don't like these terms like girl boss and all those things. But if you would ask somebody who's just starting up, that would like really motivate them.
Yeah, it would mean a lot to them.
It would mean a lot to them. It's like some kind of validation and, encouragement for them. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see any, negative in it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, if it helps a couple of people,
then why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I definitely see you as a very big inspiration for a lot of entrepreneurs out there.
Thank you.
No matter what gender they are. So I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors, and I really hope that FemiSafe is going to be really an eye opener and a new space for a lot of women out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
thank you so much for this wonderful conversation.
Thank you. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Noureen.